Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back to today's Wild Rift video. Now in today's video we're going to look at the Ashe build. As said yesterday, you guys absolutely smashed the Varus build. You guys really enjoyed it. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through the Ashe build and I'm going to go through another gameplay for you. But now I'm going to do more analyst build and see, you know, what the benefits are of this combo, how you could play the combo and how you can climb with this new and up and coming combo. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, but this was actually played in the Icon series. I think it was yesterday, I believe, in the semi-finals. They lost, unfortunately, but you can really see the combo, and you can really see that this combo could actually be a pretty good thing. Obviously, in today's video, I'll go through the Ashe build, and I'll go through a gameplay with you all, and I'll analyze, and I'll show you guys what me and Polish Onion do, and how we win out the game. Obviously, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be bringing out a lot more daily content. I'm going to go back to ADCs after this video, most likely. This will probably be my only support build. But I just wanted to show you guys all this build and show you how fun this combo can be. Before we get into this video, I'm not 100% accurate on this build. I'm not sure if this is the go-to build, but I did speak to Komoto a little bit about the build, and I think this is probably the best and the go-to build to go on Ashe. Now, obviously, first thing, you can get Tear of the Goddess. Now, this is not, you don't have to get Tear of the Goddess, if I'm totally honest with you. Tear of the Goddess just helps you in terms of getting more mana. Obviously, so then you can spam your spells a lot more, especially your second ability with Ashe, which works really well with Fun to Life and all the healing and the slows. So it can help. It does help, especially during laning phase as well, because Ashe can run out of mana really quickly. So you can go for Tear of the Goddess as the first item. You obviously have the CDR boost, which is really nice on Ashe. Really easy. Just, you know, cooldown reduction and everything for, you know, for your spells, for your abilities. Really nice. You have Black Cleaver. Now, Black Cleaver is the core item for this build. It gives you the ability haste and it gives you the armor reduction, which is one of the main things as well with Ashe. Obviously, when you're auto attacking, this is more of like a utility Ashe build, I would say. You know, you're concentrating on reducing the enemy's armor, you're concentrating on obviously the Mortal Reminder, reducing their healing, and you've got all your slows, you've got the Font of Life, which is healing as well, you got weakness as well. So all these, you know, spells, abilities, runes, everything that are basically helping your whole team. That's the main point of this build, is you're building to help your team and to help them carry the game. Obviously, as I said, moving on to Mortal Reminder, gives you the armor penetration, gives you the grievous wounds as well, so you reduce the healing of the enemy carries. Now, you got Awakened Soul Stealer here as well. Now, this item doesn't really get used that much at all in the game. I barely see this item. I'm surprised it's not really buffed. I guess I'm kind of scared if it gets buffed. But it can actually work really well for Ashe. Now, obviously, the main thing is because of the Soul Charge. Unique takedowns grant 3 ability haste, capping at 15 after 5 stacks. This is really good for the ultimate for Ashe. Obviously, for people who don't know, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, Ashe's ultimate. If you use that, then it basically can stun someone right in front of you. You can combo it really well with Varus's ulti, which I'll show you later on. We did a really good combo in today's video. But it works really well, so it's definitely a really nice item. I'm not too sure if you can maybe build this maybe before Mortal Reminder. You might have to test it and switch it all around. As I said, I'm not really a support player on Wild Rift, and I don't actually play this build, so I'm not 100% sure. And then for the final item, you have Ardent Censer. Now, Ardent Censer actually works with Ashe. No joke. Ardent Censer actually works with Ashe. Now, the only reason Ardent Censer works is because of Font of Life. Now, I'll go into that in just a second for you. But Ardent Censer, when you heal or shield an ally, both of you gain attack speed, and obviously you deal bonus magic damage. So, again, just buffing your teammates, buffing your team, and just making sure that they can carry the game. Now, moving on to runes. Now, obviously, as mentioned, Font of Life is the main rune here. It actually got kind of buffed. I would say it got nerfed in terms of Ashe in general, I would say. But it kind of got buffed overall because it has a longer cooldown now. So it's kind of not really as good on Ashe because you wanted to spam out spells before with Ashe. But it's still really good, nonetheless. Obviously, hitting an enemy champion with an attack on ability marks them. When allies or you damage and mark champions, heal those allies and yourself. Each ally can trigger this healing once. And obviously, the ally healings hit 6% of your maximum health plus 40% of your AP. So the healing does go up if you do have some ability power. So that's why Awakened Soul Stealer could also work because of the Font of Life as well. And yeah, this is basically the main rune. The main go-to for this Ashe build is Font of Life. Now, Font of Life works really well with Ashe because of her second ability. If you land your second ability, your volley, it slows down the enemies. So it allows your teammate to walk up into auto-attack. And the healing is quite a lot, to be fair. I've seen other Font of Lives, especially in terms of Janna, Lulu, you know, all these support champions that can really easily just, you know, auto attack from long range. And if your AD carry attacks the same target, then you'll heal for quite a lot, to be fair. And to be fair, there's been some situations where Font of Life has actually worked out really well. Now, the reason this works even better with Varus as well is because Varus, you mainly build lethality, as you've seen in the previous video. If you haven't seen the previous video, I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check out the Varus build. But the Varus build is just really, really good. You just want to make sure that you just stay back, you use your first ability, and you poke down the enemies. Now, when Ashe uses her second ability and hits an enemy, and you hit an enemy with your first ability, it actually heals up because you're both using abilities. So it's a really nice way for, if you're low on health during a laning phase, you can just poke down the enemy, and then you'll just heal back up to, hopefully, like half HP, maybe even full HP. So it's really, really nice. Really, really nice rune. I think it's really, really good, really, really powerful. Next up is weakness. Obviously, impairing the movement of the enemy champions marks them, and they take 5% more damage in the following 5 seconds. So again, Ashe impales with pretty much every single ability. Her auto attack slow, just general auto attacks. Her W slows, second ability. First ability slows. Ultimate stuns. So weakness is definitely a no-brainer. The next rune we have Second Wind. Now obviously during laning phase you're going to be stepping up a lot and you're going to be using your W to actually, you know, poke down the enemies, and sometimes you might get poked back if you get like a Lulu or a Janna. So it's really nice to just heal up that extra bit of health. Obviously works really well with Font of Life as well, so you'll get a lot of healing from obviously yourself and also from Second Wind, so you can stay in lane longer. And then lastly, we have Pack Hunter. Pack Hunter is really good, especially if you want to walk up, if you want to, you know, gain that movement speed, so you can keep auto-attacking, you can keep slowing down the enemies, and you can keep using your second ability to deal some damage. And obviously works really, really well in combination with Black Cleaver, because you want to get them 5 spells or 5 auto-attacks off, so you can reduce the enemy armor, and obviously with the Mortal Reminder as well to get that reduced healing on the enemies. And then for spells, you can go for Flash and Heal. You can also go for Exhaust if you want to as well, if you're against like any assassins. The only real downside, I would say, with this Varus Ashe bot lane is you don't really have a lot of protection, to be fair. You know, you're both AD carries, you're both very squishy, so sometimes Exhaust could help, but you can also go for Heal and Barrier, obviously, on Varus as well. But yeah, that's everything you need to know about this Ashe build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go into a gameplay now. It's going to be more of an analysis gameplay. We're going to watch it together. I'm going to show you guys, you know, some little tips and tricks and everything on playing this duo after me and Komoto played it for probably about 10 games or something like that to have a bit of fun. But yeah, we'll go into the gameplay now and I'll see you all in a second. And here we go onto Wild Rifts. We're about to spectate a game. I'll quickly show you, obviously, everything that you kind of need to know about this build, about everything that you want to do with Ashe Varus in the bot lane, and everything else as well. And obviously with Ashe, you want to start the longsword. Really nice to just get a bit of extra damage for laning phase. And then with Varus, you can go for the Sapphire Crystal to start stacking that early. Most of the time you start with Q on Varus, which is his first ability, so you can use it to poke down the lane a little bit. But not really much to say in terms of the early game. We're against an Ezreal Nami, so it can be a little bit annoying at times with their poke. But you can see already everything is walking up. Now, I want to note something really quickly. You just saw it just there. Actually, this is a really good timing for a pause. Do you see how Komoto actually landed his W there? And then after he landed his W, I landed a Q onto Ezreal. You can see the little mark above Ezreal. If you want to just quickly go back a few seconds, you can see the little mark above Ezreal. That's the Font of Life. And then if I land my first ability, boom, you can see both of us get healed. So that's just one really quick thing that I wanted you guys to know. As you can see, every single time, obviously, it has a bit of a duration. So you need to make sure that you obviously proc it when you can. You'll see a little cooldown on Ashe every time she has Font Life back up. You can see it's now above the Nami. The Nami now has the Font Life and it's gone now. So you can see that it's not on the champion all the time. So you need to make sure that when you're auto attacking, There you go. Font of Life Healing went off again. You need to make sure that when you're auto-attacking with Ashe, that your AD carry can walk up with you. Obviously, like then, if you auto-attack with Ashe once, it procs Font of Life, so you can see it works really, really well there. But obviously, it doesn't stay on the champion for the whole time. You see it's now on Ezreal, and if I land a Q on Ezreal, we hold back up. So, it's really nice to actually sustain a lane, because you're going to be using your abilities quite a lot with Ashe and Varus. You're going to be healing up during the laning phase as well. And obviously you still have Sweet Tooth and everything as well to be able to heal you up even more from that. And you can see that mainly during the laning phase is a bit of a safe laning phase at the moment. Nothing really too crazy happening. You don't really want to go too aggressive before level 5 with the Varus Ashe bot lane. But once you get level 5, that's when you can really come online and you can really see the benefits of this Varus Ashe build. We'll just zoom out a little bit. It's probably better if I zoom out like this, to be fair, so you can see a little bit more of the map. Yeah, just trading backwards and forwards. Obviously, I'm stacking up my Sapphire Crystal at the moment as Varus. Obviously, Komodo at the moment is just using his abilities to proc Font of Life, so I can use my poke Q as well to heal us back up. As you can see, during laning phase, we're doing okay. We're not dying. We're doing okay. We're surviving. But there's a lot of poke, actually, with this Varus Ashe bot lane, which is the main purpose. So you don't really want to go aggressive. You don't want to engage. You want to use your poke from the Ashe W, from the Varus Q, and just get that big, massive poke damage off. Now, obviously, it's a little bit difficult with the Nami, because Nami's obviously going to be healing. Obviously, you've got Rengar coming down the bot lane, a little bit unfortunate, but we hit level 5, and we got a really nice Chain of Corruption, actually, that nearly keeps us alive. You can see a lot of Font of Life healing there as well. You can see Rengar, they're all so low from my ultimate and my Q poke, and I sniperino with the Varus, and then she's absolutely dead, and then Pantheon comes and just kills us. But, I mean, honestly, like, this play was pretty crazy. We were able to get our ultimates just in time, so we were able to use the Varus ulti on top of the Ashe ultimate as well onto the Rengar. And then we were able to deal a lot of damage. Then obviously they overstepped a little bit in lane, and we were able to get the double kill on the Karzik. So really, really nice that ultimates came up just in time, to be fair. If they didn't come up, then it would have been kind of doomed. But that's really a good thing about Varus in general, is that Varus with his ultimate, it can spread onto multiple targets. As you can see, I hit it on the Rengar, but it also spread afterwards, after a few seconds, onto Ezreal and Nami. So I'm able to use my first ability to deal a lot of damage, because you get the blighted stacks on there. But yeah, it worked out really, really well for us, to be fair. We got 3 kills, and they only got a kill onto Komodo. Rest in peace, Komodo. But at the end of the day, he's just an Ashe, so it doesn't really matter. He actually trolled this build, I'm not going to lie. He went for Lost Whisper. He didn't actually mean to buy Lost Whisper. He was meant to buy Executioner's Calling first because of the Nami healing, which is another option you could do for the Ashe build. This is a really nice combo here. You got the Varus ulti into the Ashe ulti, and Varus just gets absolutely deleted. This is what I mean about the level 5. If you can wombo combo, and if you can chain CC the Varus ulti into the Ashe ulti, one person is going to die every single time. And honestly, me and Komodo at this point were just laughing our heads off. It was absolutely hilarious. We're able to get the dragon. Oh, they got the dragon, sorry. They stole the dragon. But we were able to get a few kills onto there as well. So, even though they got Infernal Drake, it's still all good. We're still quite far ahead at the moment in terms of gold. Like 5,000 gold ahead already. Obviously, I've got my Manamune already. So, I'm stacking up my Manamune to get it to the Mirror Mana. Obviously, just using my Q to try and poke down the enemies to try and stack up the Manamune. Yeah, I think Ezreal actually walks up here, and I think we actually catch out the Ezreal. Yeah, like, look at Ezreal walking up. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. They've gone back to base. No, we haven't gone back to the base. And Komodo misses Ashe ulti, but luckily, I hit my ulti, which is all that matters, right, chat? As long as I hit my ultimate, it's fine, because Komodo misses ulti. But, to be fair, in yesterday's gameplay, I probably missed every single ultimate on Varus. So, as some of you may know, I don't really play Varus that much. So it does take me a little bit of time to kind of get used to the Varus ultimate. Now obviously Komodo here going for the Mortal Reminder. It could work really, really well as a first item. I think Black Cleaver is the core item because you get that CDR, because you get the reduced armor when you're using your abilities. So I think it's worth to just go for the Executioner's Calling because we're against the Nami. Also, obviously, we can reduce their healing. me and Komoto just toying with this Ezreal here at the moment, which is kind of funny. But as you can see, we can do a lot of poke damage with this combo. It's kind of disgusting. Ezreal flashes. This is a really funny play here. Ezreal flashes, tries to get away, and Komoto flashes in to kill the Ezreal. I mean, me and Komoto just absolutely abused this Ezreal, to be fair. We just poked him down in lane. We were like, oh, you know, you're not going to survive. We're just going to poke you down and just do a lot of damage. He tried to flash my Q, but I didn't actually use it, so I was able to hit it. And Komoto's like, you know what? I'm going to flash in. I'm going to W. I'm going to kill this Ezreal because why not? Obviously, everyone else was there on the team, so it's kind of unfortunate, but quite a funny play overall. But yeah, going back to the Ashe build, obviously, as I said, Black Cleaver is a core item, but you want to make sure that you do go for the healing reduction as well if they have a lot of healing on their team. Obviously, they've got a Nami on their team, which is like the main source of healing. So you need to make sure that you are using that. But yeah, pretty normal game from here on out, to be fair. Nothing really too crazy. I wanted to show this gameplay just to show you the Ezreal play, mainly. Just to try and get that combo. Obviously, Komoto there hitting a really nice Ashe ultimate. Again, this combo is all about utilizing your team. So it's all about using your Varus ulti, using your Ashe ulti to kind of help and benefit the rest of your team. Because obviously, it's all about chain CC. It's all about staying back, poking down the enemies, using your ultimates to chain CC, like this. Rengar tries to jump in, I ultimate, and then I use my Q, and he is just dead. But yeah, it works really well with Ashe. Obviously, Ashe has a weakness as well, so I can do 5% more damage, which is really nice as well. I have the champion on Varus, which I haven't died yet, so I got 8% damage on top of that as well. So I'm getting a lot of damage here, even though I haven't fully stacked my Mirror Mana yet. I'm not actually too sure how far I am away from stacking my Mirror Mana. I'm relatively close. I'm on 620. What you can actually do, which Joey said, is during the laning phase, as you're walking towards the lane, you can actually use your first ability and cancel the ability. So basically drag the first ability up into the cancel button, and it actually counts towards your mana immune stacks. I didn't actually know this at the time of this video, that's why I wasn't doing it. That's why my mana immune is a little bit slower. But if you like, as you walk into lane, if you hold the first ability with Varus and drag it up to the cancel button, then it actually, you know, it actually stacks the mana immune, so you can get that mana immune much sooner. Obviously, Ashe has gone for, Komoto has gone for the Awakened Soul Stealer. He hasn't actually hit any ultimates this game. Well, most of the time, yeah, he hasn't hit any ultimates this game. So, I don't think Awakened Soul Stealer is the best item for Komoto in this situation. Again, Black Cleaver is probably the best, but we won't talk about his missed Ashe ultimates because I did miss quite a few Varus ultis yesterday. But we're doing well here. You know, I'm pushing out the top lane. Komoto is pushing down the mid lane. Again, just staying back, using, you know, the W just to poke down the enemies, doing really, really well. As you can see, we chain CC with the Varus ulti here as well. Everyone is just stacking on top of each other. And it's pretty much GG from this point. Like, there's not really much that they can do from this point. We were just able to poke down the enemies quite a lot during the laning phase, and they weren't really able to do much. This play's pretty funny here. I think this is when Rengar respawns. Again, another missed ulti by Komoto. We won't talk about that. Never happens. I think Rengar actually respawns here, and he tries to kill us. I can't remember. Oh, maybe it's a bit further ahead. Maybe it's a little bit further ahead. Oh, no, it might be now, actually. Oh, no, he jumped to the mid lane. There's one really funny play, like, later on. But here I try and use my Varus ulti to try and kill them all. I think we actually die here, to be fair. I can't actually remember. Or maybe we don't die. Maybe we're just too good. Oh, yeah, I was able to kill the Rengar there. And then Komoto dies. But Irelia tries to die me for some reason, but she's the one who dies as well. Because I was able to use my my Zonias in time, which is really nice. But the really good thing about Varus as well is that once you land your ultimate and once you land your first ability, because obviously you get your passive from your second ability, you get 3 stacks straight away once you land your ultimate. So your cooldown actually goes down on your first ability straight away after you use your ultimate and after you use your first ability. So you could get like 2, 3, maybe even 4 Qs off during a team fight if you land your ultimate. So it's really crucial to make sure that you land your ultimate and not like me and miss pretty much every single one. But I mean, as you can see, Komoto's Ashe ultimate hits the Aurelia, but it doesn't actually do anything. So, +1 for Komodo. He actually hit his, his Ashe ultimate, but not like it really mattered in that situation. But I think he just wanted to prove a point to me that he could actually land it. So, that's a pretty funny story. But yeah, this is the main point of this combo, to be fair. Like I said, just make sure you stay back in lane. Make sure you stay a bit passive and just poke down the lane. Use the frontal life to heal up during the laning phase. And when it comes to team fights, use your ultimates to try and lock down on one enemy. Obviously, in this game, we had the Kha'Zix, we had the Katarina that could do all the damage. So we're not doing the most damage, you know, me and Polish. We're there to, you know, help out the team. We're there to, you know, CC, crowd control, help out our teammates to, you know, carry the game, which is really, really nice. So, if you want to carry games, might not be the best combo to play. Honestly, you could probably still carry games with Varus and Ashe, but this is what more like taking advantage of the rest of your team. If you have a good team, if you have a good team comp, then you can definitely kill them. As you can see here, Rengar tries to jump in, can't actually do much. I tried to kill him right at the end there, he didn't die, but the game finishes. But yeah, overall, pretty fun game. Obviously, me and Komodo tried out this combo. Now, no word of a lie, we did this combo on Friday, and obviously I put the video out yesterday. I was actually going to put the video out on Friday, but I didn't have time, or was it Saturday? I can't remember now. One of them two. I know, we played on Friday. I was going to put the video out Saturday, and then I put it out Sunday instead. And then I saw that Varus Ashe was actually being played in the Icon series, and I was like, there's no way. It's like, have we actually found a combo, like a Varus Ashe combo from the Icon series? So, so yeah, obviously they played it. We're the makers of this one. Obviously, this game was played. I actually don't know the date of when this was played, but it was played I'm pretty sure on Friday. But yeah, overall not too bad. Obviously 17,000 damage, not too bad. Ashe doing 7,000 damage there, but really nice combo. Really, really fun to play if you want to try it out. If you play some GOQ. Definitely a good combo to try. Like I said, just make sure you play safe during the laning phase, and then when it gets to level 5, you can definitely use your ultimates to chain CC and to get them kills. Yeah, if you enjoyed the gameplay, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Peace out.